Hello everybody, welcome to the Cred Doctrine. Cred is the law of value in motion. Capital is the value, range is the plan, expansion is the action, and displacement is the shift and the opportunity window. On this channel, we use Cred to read any situation, spot what is valuable, what is blocking it, what to do next, and where the value is moving so you stop wasting time and move with purpose. Today, we're going to be breaking down why your revenue is plateauing and what range actually means. Let's get into it. So most businesses will call this a slow season, but Cred calls this range. Range is when capital is being held in place. And when capital is contained, that's when the environment becomes repetitive and noisy. And most of the time, this is when teams react harder, they'll spend harder, and they'll also exhaust themselves inside of a box that they can't even identify. So here's the law. If you cannot identify the box, then you cannot claim to understand the plateau. 9 times out of 10, that box is going to have two boundaries. An upper boundary where progress continues to fail and a lower boundary where declines continues to fail. And if your metrics are bumping between these edges, then you are in a containment, right? And then here comes the leadership mistake. This is when teams, they treat any movement as proof. So let's say you get one big spike or one big lead, right? And that turns to like one good week. All of a sudden, everyone starts to spend money. But this is where range punishes you. But with Cred, you learn to wait for authority to commit. Now, this commitment must show evidence, meaning a direction becomes dominant, a follow-through holds, and then the environment responds. And now we're stepping into expansion. And this is when execution becomes efficient. Results start to compound, resistance starts to weaken, and alignment replaces friction. Then comes the next phase that creates advantage, displacement. Displacement is when authority asserts itself so strongly that it leaves consequence behind, and then imbalances form. This can look like delays, wait lists, backlogs, basically skip demand. And this imbalance becomes unfinished, which leads to the next law, which is capital returns to resolve what is unfinished, right? And this is what Cred acts with precision, because most businesses, they chase the peaks, but they miss the return window, meaning they miss the easiest closes. They miss the cleanest follow-ups. They miss the obvious product adjustment, and they miss the fastest authority gains. Okay, so for now, we're just going to leave it right there. But moving forward, rather than just focusing on how hard your team worked, I want you to start asking yourself, can you correctly identify capital, name the gate, define the box, and recognize proof? If you want more Cred content, or if you want more insight on how the Cred framework can be applied to your company, make sure you check out the description below where you can get access to the link to the website, creddoctrine.com, to learn more about the framework, as well as get your copy of the Cred Doctrine Mindset book. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and check out more videos after this. See you on the next one.